The year is 2121, and the Earth has become uninhabitable. Every single scientist spent the past 100 years trying to decipher Nirvana High Paladin instead of solving climate change. Simply put, the complexity of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ended the world. But hope still remains. Two heroes, the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandsons of MBT and RJ, have made a startling discovery. Right when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just beginning, before Synchros, before Goats, before Master Rule 1, there existed another rule set. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules. No tributes, no quick plays, one spell, and one trap per turn. Now, using Tachyon technology, these two must contact their ancestors, convince them to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules, and conscript as many of their fellow Yu-Gi-Tubers as possible to start a movement to simplify the game that would eventually end the human race. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior journey.
Folks, summer is coming, and in the climate catastrophe, it is more important than ever that you are informed of what's to come before heat waves, weather events, and whatever the hell is happening in Junior Journey in 2009 comes. So I want to give you a highlight of all the really cool cards that I am going to be keeping my eye on in this year of the format. I'm going to give you a rundown of what I'm taking a look at, and then I am going to show you the deck that I am bringing to face Joseph in this episode. First of all, Fishborg Blaster and Master Gig are the two breakout cards of 2009 so far. Fishborg is a card that anybody who is around during the TCG around this time will see and know exactly what's coming. Fish FTK is an arguably tier 0 deck, because it turns out that spamming a million monsters is great, and when you don't have to tribute summon the monster that does that, that's even better. With Fishborg Blaster and Dark Strike Fighter in the format, Fish can kill you out of nowhere. And then Master Gig, the surprise card of the format, is a staple monster, because it is a free destruction of any monster on the field. Next, we have the first Weenie archetype to probably contest the big bunguses. Blackwings are probably every bit as playable in Junior Journey as they were in the TCG. The key strategy in Junior Journey is the ability to break the limits on mechanics, and Blackwings are very good at doing that. They can cheat battle in the form of Kalut and Armor Master, they can get free advantage from Black Whirlwind and Blizzard the far north, and they can just spam a bunch of monsters onto the field at once. I expect that Blackwings could take a surprise dub in some of our episodes. Next, we have a couple of other breakout cards I'm looking forward to. Endymion the Master Magician is the pre-form of a card that makes the Yugi Boomer seethe in the Pendulum format, but this card is actually a walking Raigeki break, something certainly worth considering in the current format. Archlord Christia is normal summonable, so there's that. And then there are the Earthbound Immortals. Earthbound Immortals are cards that were utterly unplayable in the TCG, but are nuts in Junior. They can all attack directly, and if your opponent doesn't have an Earthbound Immortal, they can't be targeted for attacks themselves. They all have crazy effects tacked on to the end of them, and they have a Harpy's Feather Duster in the form of Earthbound Whirlwind. This is a deck I fully expect to see this episode, or for us to be limiting this episode, because honestly, it's way too crazy. Speaking of cheating out mechanics, we have dragons who are uniquely capable of cheating out summons. They get Red MD, the most powerful piece of dragon support arguably ever printed. This card can summon extra dragons, and it can do so without using up your normal summon, especially with Vice Dragon in the format, which combos really well with Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. Besides Vice Dragon, we also have Clear Vice Dragon, a powerful battle monster, and White Knight Dragon, a 3000 attack monster that can negate targets, which is insane. The X-Sabers, for similar reasons as Blackwings, could see a surprise showing in Junior Journey, especially since Gotham's gives these Synchro decks something to look forward to at the end of their combos that can contest big bunguses. They also have Saber Slash, which is a card that can destroy multiple cards on the field potentially. And the rest of these are largely one-offs that could find niche use in some surprise decks that would be really cool to see. I am really excited for Junior Journey 2009, and there's so much Junior content out there. If you are a little sad that you're missing out on some of this stuff in our 2 episodes, I encourage you to check out some of the phenomenal content coming out of the community for 2009 Junior Journey.
Behold the power of my dark signer's mark! You know, in retrospect, I should have probably asked if I could pick a different body part. Well, folks, it's 2009, James Cameron's Avatar has just released in theaters, and now is the age of the Earthbound Immortals. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Earthbound Immortals are the signature cards of the Dark Signers, a group of individuals who are hell-bent on taking over the world, probably. I'm gonna be honest with you, this was about the point in 5Ds where I lost interest. The Earthbound Immortals themselves are impressively powerful cards. They can't be targeted for attacks, they can attack your opponent directly, and their only downside is they need a field spell on the field in order to exist. They are balanced around the fact that you have to tribute summon it by tributing 2 monsters, and where have we heard that refrain before on Junior Journey? This makes them perfect for this format, and there's 2 of them in particular that I think are game-warpingly strong. The first is this one, Earthbound Immortal Alapisu, the only one to see crossover play in the TCG as an FTK enabler. This card has 2500 attack, is a winged beast, and when it's destroyed, destroys as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible and inflicts 800 damage to them for each monster destroyed. This means even if it is removed from the field, it is trading for your opponent's existing board. After that is Earthbound Immortal Uru. This card allows you to tribute another monster to perform a brain control, which is obviously incredibly powerful, but more important than that is that it has 3000 attack, which is kind of the baseline for really powerful bosses in this format. Now, to facilitate these 2 monsters, we are playing field spells. Field spells have been available for a long time, but it's only in 2009 that they start getting really good. Gear Town, of course, has been around and is a great way to summon the 3000 attack point Ancient Gear Galgatron Dragon, but it hasn't been that oppressive in the past for a couple of reasons. Because we can only set and activate 1 spell per turn, there's not a lot you can do with this. Let's say you set Gear Town, then activate Terraforming. Well, you can't set your new field spell, nor can you activate it because you've hit both limits. In fact, there's no way around it with a Terraforming in a Gear Town, but that problem is resolved by our next monster card, Harpy Queen. There are a series of monsters that all search an associated field spell, and Harpy Queen searches the best of them, Harpy's Hunting Ground. This card gives wing beasts like Alapisu an additional 200 attack and defense. Really, really good, especially when we're playing stuff like Simorgh, Bird of Ancestry, that then clears a Blue Eyes, and if any Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady sisters are normal or special summoned, you get to destroy a spell trap on the field. Harpy Queen, the searcher, also calls itself Harpy Lady, so in multiples, it's even good as back row removal. We're playing 1 copy of Galgatron Dragon, because Gear Town can search from hand, deck, or graveyard. 3 copies of Master Gig, the Egg Boy is back. This card is immense. It can destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and in multiples, it can destroy something like 4. I imagine this card will not be living past this episode, so let's enjoy him while he's here. We've got 1 copy of Red Ogre, still at 1, as is Storm Shooter, Winged Beast, by the way. 3 Dark Simorgh goes to 29 under Harpy's Hunting Ground, and being able to prevent your opponent from setting is really strong, especially because your opponent is likely going to be using setting to out your powerful board anyway. You can also special summon this card, theoretically. There's a lot of Darks in here and a lot of Winds, but realistically, you're probably just normal summoning the bad boy. Simorgh, Bird of Ancestry is way worse. This is the only normal, in quotes, for Wind Effigy. Here we're just using it as a big beater. It allows you to tribute summon wind monsters with 1 less wind tribute than required. Sick. We've got 3 copies of Gear Town, 3 copies of Harpy's Hunting Ground, 2 MST. I really like MST in this deck. You can pop your own Gear Town in a sticky situation, but even if you're just sniping a single back row, it's fine. 1 Premature Burial, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, triple Bottomless Trap Hole. 3 Icarus Attack is the payoff to playing so many winged beasts. Normal summon a Harpy Queen, and you can use this bad boy to clean up your opponent's field. 1 Call of the Haunted, and 1 Dust Tornado in the side. We've got some cards that are potentially going to be problematic after the ban list. Archlord Christia is in this format. Obviously, this card is impressively powerful, and when you can just normal summon it, it's way better. However, it really just gets run over a lot of the time in this format. Historically, you couldn't out a 2800 attack point monster without performing a special summon, but when you're allowed to normal summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a lot of the teeth are removed from this card. 3 Cyber Dragon. If RJ is on machines, we'll just board into this and make Khmer Tech Fortress. 3 Electric Virus if he's on dragons. 3 Threatening Roar if he's on some big aggro strategy that pops back row. And 3 Torrential Tribute if he's swarming. So, I'm really excited to try out this Field Spell Earthbound Immortal deck, and I know I won't have another opportunity to because none of these cards are living past the episode.
For this episode, I'm bringing back the dragons. I had to be able to use Red MD and abuse the interaction between Vice Dragon and Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, one of my favorite cards in Junior Journey so far. And of course, Future Fusion, the ability to summon a 5,000 attack point Bungus. The king of all Bunguses is in this deck. This version of Dragons is a little bit of a modification off of a tournament-winning deck from Jessica J, one of our illustrious competitors from previous episodes. A couple of other notable inclusions are Chaos Sorcerer. With Future Fusion in the mix, this card is extremely easy to summon. Of course, Clear Vice Dragon, which can attack over literally any monster. Prime Material Dragon of Danny abusing the hell out of this card fame. You'll also notice that I have a lot of trap cards in here, including Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Because these 4 trap cards right here can be made use of during either player's turn and arguably Torrential Tribute, trap cards are very worthwhile in your lineup because of their versatility. Threatening Roar is another interesting inclusion. If I'm up against Fish OTK, I want to be able to win even if my opponent has a Giant Trunade or a Heavy Storm. That's the main deck. The side deck is for 4 matchups: Fish OTK, the Dragon Mirror Match, Earthbound Immortals, and Stall. For the Mirror Match, we have 3 copies of Electric Virus and Karma Cut. Karma Cut's really good at dealing with Red MD, and Electric Virus is just free monsters from your opponent's side of the field. For Fish FTK, I have Christia, of course, and Hanewada, a surprisingly important card in the matchup because of Dark Strike Fighter exactly. And of course, another Threatening Roar. For Stall, I have 3 copies of Soul Taker, a Storm Shooter, and another copy of Master Gig to get rid of opponents' stalling monsters. This Master Gig could honestly probably stand to be another Christia. Let's make that change. And that's the deck. I am so excited to be bringing this list against Joseph. I love dragons, and I think this deck is cracked in half and probably has the best chance of outpacing even Fish OTK. Let's get into the duels.
Well, folks, I bet you thought this series was canceled. It's not. It wasn't. We secured funding for another year, but to do so, we do have to promote James Cameron's Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. So everyone, please go see Avatar 2, The Way of the Water in theaters soon. I think it's coming out.
Not an important environmental message? Probably. It's not just about blue aliens fucking. I'm really not sure.
Not to be pretentious, but it's American cinema. I think the environmental message is like, don't litter, and we still have a problem with that.
Probably. All right, Joseph, I need you to pick right or left.
Do you have the cool scissors this time, or do we still have woefully uncool
I have
scissors?
Actually smaller scissors this time.
They're getting smaller. It's not about the size of the scissor. It's about how you use it. All right, let me get right.
Okay, you chose the scissors.
What are those? Are those nose hair trimmers?
They say Revlon's Men Series. It's not what I use them for, but I guess they could be. What do I want to like? Whatever the fuck. Go. I'm going first.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how to start this. Ooh. This is a pretty decent hand. Okay, all right. The hell do I start with? Blue Eyes White Dragon. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna set a background too. This is a Junior Journey duel. Let's go.
What a cool card.
Yeah, really. You've never seen this. I have half a mind to ban this card just so we never have to see it again.
It's okay. You're not going to
come
be
up
seeing
with
it
new
for much
3,000 attack point monsters.
I'm going to summon Very Good Exiled Force. It's egg time, baby. All right, I'm going to I'm going to activate the effect of Master Gig to pop your Blue Eyes.
Oh, you have successfully done so.
Let's try to go to combat here.
I'll take 2,600.
And then second main, let's set a card back to you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed. Oh, no, he says.
A draw for turn.
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I'm acting like I have, like, interesting plans here. I'm going to normal summon Dark Horus.
Cool.
Another 3,000 attack point, dude. Let's get in over that Master Gig there.
Take 400 here.
Set a back row. Your go.
All right, stand by main. All right, I'm going to normal summon Ancient Gear Galgatron Dragon.
He's a big boy.
He is. I'm going to try and crash here.
Okay, that works for me.
All right, well.
There goes my Dark Horus.
Back to you.
All right, draw for turn. Oh, wow. This just continues to get more interesting. I promise there's an actual purpose to this deck, but for now, we are just going to normal summon another blue eye.
Oh, excellent. Perfect.
Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, your go.
I'm going to activate Harpy's Hunting Ground.
Fascinating. Okay.
Next, I'll normal summon Earthbound Immortal Uru.
Oh. In response to the normal summon, I will get a nice little 2-for-1. I'm going to activate Dust Tornado, targeting Harpy's Hunting Ground.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one. All right. Well, that's rough. I will set a card, and back to you.
Cool. Draw for turn. Main 1, Prime Material Dragon.
Cool. That's very cool. Very epic.
We'll go to battle phase. I'll attack with Prime Material.
I will call here, targeting the Galvatron.
Ooh, I attacked with the wrong monster first. Yeah, I will cancel the attack and we'll go for Prime or for Blue Eyes.
Yeah, sure.
That worked out for you. Your go.
Stand by main. Well, let's go ahead and normal summon a Dark Simorg.
Fascinating. Okay.
I will attempt to crash into the Prime Material.
Ooh, this is a tough one. I am going to let that go through, I think. I will take 300.
Okay, second main. Let's set a card, and I guess I will activate Gear Town.
Oh.
Back to you.
Okay. Draw for turn. That's annoyingly useless under these circumstances, but I suppose we gotta. I am going to... Oh, that's fun. I am going to set a back row.
Not under Simorg, you
Oh, I
aren't.
won't. That's okay. That's fine. We'll be fine. That's okay. I'm not. I forgot about Dark Simorg. I'm like, oh yeah, 2700 beater. That's a problem. I'll get over in the future. Your go.
All
See what
right,
you can
stand by main. Okay, so the set card is Torrential Tribute. There's no reason that you would wonder about it unless it's Torrential Tribute. I have Lethal if it's nothing. But why would you include a trap card that does nothing? Let's just go to combat here. I'm going to try and poke for 27.
Will take 27 here. That's fine.
Okay, second main. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, that gets me kind of somewhere. I will main phase 1. It's normal summon Master Gig.
Ooh, anything
Yeah,
with... Do we have priority in this?
We do not have priority.
That's really great news for me.
Okay, that is fine by me. And it is your go. This is turning out a little suspect for me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll just go for it here.
Okay, I will Threatening Roar.
Ah, I see. Okay, all right. Well, second main. I will send Gear Town to the graveyard to set a card.
Incredible.
I'll
Show me the
trigger
Gadgetron.
Gear Town, which for some reason can
Okay.
summon from grave.
Yes, it can.
And then I will use my single spell activation to activate Harpy's Hunting Ground.
All right. Show me a dude with a number of attack points. Oh, that's kind of a dude with a number of attack points. That's actually not terrible here. I am going to banish a light and a dark. Oh! I will summon myself a Chaos Sorcerer.
Yep.
And I will declare its effect, and I think, counterintuitively, I do want to hit the Simorg here.
Sure.
And then I will set a back row and pass turn.
All right.
Just gotta keep on
Stand by.
living.
I'm gonna normal Harpy Queen. I'll trigger Hunting Ground, targeting your back row.
Oh. Oh god, I have the silliest way of dealing with this. I am going to chain Call of the Haunted, summoning Prime Material Dragon in defense position. Call of the Haunted will be destroyed by Harpy's hunting ground. It will activate, destroying Prime Material Dragon, and I would declare Prime Material Dragon discarding Vice Dragon.
You're fucking
I
with
think
me.
that is how this
Absolutely
works,
not.
and if it doesn't, I'm dead.
I am almost positive it does not work that way, but I'm willing to roll with it because it is just so funny. I do have premature burial, however.
Okay, all right, yeah, you're good. I'll you- all right, I'm gonna go second this time.
I gotta tell you, I was really happy that last time wasn't just Big Bungus Turbo, you know, 2022. And I'm happy to announce that we are just back. We are just back at Big Bungus Turbo. Nothing has changed. Nothing ever will change. We're just going to be playing Big Bungus Turbo till the cows come home.
You just happen to have Big Bungus Turbo that can attack directly.
Whoa! They can't all attack directly. Just 6 of them. All right, let's set a card. Could be anything.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we'll just summon Ancient Gear Galgatron Dragon and pass.
Sure. All right. Draw for turn. Let's normal summon a dude that doesn't crash with Gadgetron Dragon.
Sure.
We will declare Master Gig. I'll take 1,000. And we'll target Gadgetron Dragon.
Yeah.
Why are you also taking 1,000?
I just wanted to get a head start on it.
Okay, all right. Now we're going to attack it directly.
Sure.
Main phase 2, I'm going to set a back row, and it is your go.
Harpy Queen.
Sounds good.
We'll grab Hunting Ground.
Incredible.
Wah. Hunting Ground.
Unmatched. Okay.
Gear Town.
Okay.
Galgatron.
Interesting that you're only running one of those. I'm sure that won't come back to bite you.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, me too. Okay, let's go.
Oh,
to
we're
going
gonna
to
ass piss. Okay. All right, let's
Ass
go.
Piss. Ass piss. All right, it's time to use my 200 boost to get over your gig.
I will take the 100 damage here.
Okay, back to you.
All right, draw for turn. That's an interesting one. Now the inconvenient truth here is that guy's just gonna kill all my shit.
He's crazy. This card is not making it out of this episode, by the way. This guy's so
no.
dead. He is done.
Well, all right. What am I gonna do here? Let's normal summon Old Faithful, Blue Eyes White
Damn,
Dragon.
that's super cool.
Yeah, incredible, totally novel. Let's attack
Take
it.
3 and you'll take 8.
Main phase 2. Is that a macro? Your go?
Oh, that's a nice one. I will normal Dark Simorg.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just go to combat here, I guess.
I will take 3,000.
Just 29.
Oh, it's just 29? Oh, it only gains 200. That makes my life a lot easier because White Knight Dragon has 3,000 attack points.
That
Let's
does.
go to battle and attack. Main phase 2. I will set a mysterious back row and pass the turn.
All right. Stand by main. I'm going to activate Premature Burial. We're going to target the Harpy Queen.
That is perfectly fine.
I will trigger Harpy's Hunting Ground.
Okay, targeting.
We'll get the new one.
What are the chances that you have a just gigantic dude? Fairly high? Like, a very high likelihood? No, draw locking you is kind of fun. I'm going to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, and I will target Hunting Ground.
Okay. I do not have a very large dude.
Okay.
But you do.
Oh, fuck! Damn it! Oh!
I'm going to try for it. Wow.
It's all you.
Yes.
Oh, I knew that. I should have been prepared for that card. Of course, Phoenix Wing Windblast, importantly, does jack all against White Knight Dragon. So I had Call of the Haunted. I was like, I'm going to be cute. I'm going to draw lock you. It did not occur to me that you were just going to steal my dude and attack me directly for game. White Knight Dragon, importantly, negates cards that target it. So I would not have been able to Wing Blast it. I would have survived if I had Wing Blasted the Harpy Queen, and Prime Material Dragon probably would have accomplished something. But yeah, overall, I kind of threw that game, didn't I? Would you like to go for a game 3?
Oh, absolutely. 1 million%.
All right, let's do it. All right, I'm also going to go second again here.
Yeah, sounds about right. Good luck
This deck
to ya.
has such a cool combo in it, and I just have not seen it. Oh, this is a pretty good hand. Okay.
This is a hand and a half. Okay. All right, we're gonna activate Gear Town, set a card,
Okay.
and then normal summon Dark Simorg.
Yeah, that's okay. That seems pretty all right. Let's draw for turn. Ooh. Oh, it's just too juicy. I am going to take the Heavy Storm here.
Why would you do that? I get to float.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Icarus attack.
Woo! It's a pretty nice one to hit. Not gonna
I was gonna
lie.
pop my own guy.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm gonna normal summon Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon.
Oh, come on.
And I am going to declare its effect, special summoning a Dark Horus from my hand. We're going to go to battle. I am going to attack Dark Simorg with Red MD.
I'll take 100.
I will crash the Gadgetron with Horus. Main phase 2. Oh, so set a back row. Pass turn.
Come on. Not ideal.
For turn. Okay, now there's like a 2,000% chance that what you have face down is a Torrential Tribute, right?
It could be anything.
Okay, well, we're just going to preclude that possibility with Future Fusion.
Oh, thank God.
all right.
It's Dust Tornado.
Oh, okay. That's thank God you say. I will use Red MD. We're going to special summon Dark Horus again.
Yeah. Taking
and
58 here.
Get in for a not insignificant amount of damage. Main phase 2, I'll set a back row, and it's your go.
All right, stand by main.
Okay.
I'm going to set one. We will normal Uru.
Okay.
I will trigger the effect of Uru. And back to you.
Okay, all right. Actually, I mean, I should have done this during the end phase, but whatever. We will Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. We'll discard the White Knight Dragon.
Sure.
All right. Let's get. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Did something. Okay. Well, this was an extremely informative experience.
We learned a lot here today for sure.
We definitely did. Number one, play around your opponent's outs, folks. If you know that they're siding a card, play around it. Don't just summon a dude into free attacks for game. Yeah, the other one, fuck the Earthbound Immortals. I'm just going to say that now. I have an idea about them. I think we should limit every single one of them for funsies.
It's fun,
It has
but I'm
a nice
gonna be
flavor
honest with
to
you.
it.
They are still really broken at one apiece. There's like 5 of them. You could just play 5. I will say
That's
I'm
fair.
down to limit all of them, with the exceptions of the 2 that I'm playing. I think that Uru and Aspis are so beyond the pale.
So
These 2 are crazy. Aspis was part of an FTK constructed in 2021. Like,
Yep.
the card's crazy. Uru, a little less good, but it does brain control, which is horrifying in this format.
Yeah, y'all saw what Electric Virus did against my deck exactly. Imagine a 3,000 dude that does that all on his lonesome. Yeah, I'm down to ban both of those.
Give me a sec to check the other ones and make sure there's no other crazy ones. Okay, so Wikuria Rasa is fine.
In fact, screw it. Let's leave Wiriko Jaraska at 3. If you can break this card, you fucking deserve the dub.
This is the Chameleon.
Oh, yeah, the Chameleon is a little bit.
Okay, Kakuryuwa, Alapisu, Uru to hell. Everyone else to 1.
Get the hell out of here.
Wikuria Rasa to 3. You can have every Wikuria Rasa in the world.
Every single one you could possibly want is all yours. I am also going to throw the community a bone here. There's a card that we haven't seen properly abused, and I was going to run the version of it that the deck that abuses it the most, but genuinely just nobody wants to see that on video. So the next card I am going to add to the FNL list is I am going to limit Yubel.
Yeah, I thought it was fun and cool, and I think that it was. But since our episode, they've run some tournaments, and consensus is it fucking sucks to play against. It is atrocious.
Yeah, I don't know how many of y'all in the audience are on Twitter who may have seen this. There was an Exodia deck with triple Yubel that was unbeatable. Yeah. It was literally like 8-0 at the end of the day. So we're going to limit Yubel. I think you can have 1. That's fine. If you want to try and build around the big guys, go for it. So there's one other deck that I chose not to run today that I'm shocked and appalled that you did not run, Joseph. A deck that may or may not teach fish to synchro summon.
God, man. We're actually gonna hit Coelacanth.
I have the most comedy hit to it.
All right, what do you got on the table?
We could limit or ban Oystermeister. The only good non-tuner they have access
Correct.
to.
If you want to play Metabo Shark, you are allowed. I think we should let's ban Oystermeister.
Ban Oystermeister? Okay, yeah. Let's do it. If you want to run Fish FTK, you got to find a better tuner than Oystermeister. The ball's in your court, community.
And as someone who has spent a lot of time looking at the Edison format card pool, I can guarantee you there is not a second good non-tuner fish. I guess we should have the discussion about Gear Town. I wanted to play the deck that did the most with it, with like 3 copies of Terraforming and 3 copies of Hunting Ground isn't that big of a deal because Terraforming and Gear Town can't be activated the same turn. Gear Town's great as like Heavy Storm insurance, but Heavy Storm's at 1 anyway. The thing that kind of breaks the whole deal for me, and I can't believe I am about to be in a second series where this card could potentially be hit, is Harpy Queen. The ability to have a monster that searches a field spell that is like that's decent, I think really makes Gear Town a little more suspect. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Harpy Queen. The legendary fisherman guy is good too, but I don't know how you're feeling about the Galgatron splash at this moment.
My opinion on the Gadgetron splash has really been, I think that limiting Gadgetron is a good move because I don't like it as a guy that you can both tribute summon and special summon from the deck and graveyard. I recognize that a lot of the decks that run him only run him at 1 right now, but I do think that's the correct way to treat this card.
Okay, I'm in. I mean, for what it's worth, I did have to devote 6 main deck slots to alt field spells, and then 3 to the Gear Town, and then 1 to the Galgatron, and I did draw it 2 games out of 3. In terms of just big assholes, we probably got a nip in the bud. Master Gig is so crazy. He is just out of this world strong.
Master Gig is really ridiculously strong, and he has a genuinely cool analog in the format in Master Endymion. Yeah. So I am 100% willing to ban Master Gig just to force people to run the more interesting cards in this format. There is one more card I think we may want to discuss before it really truly comes up. Dark Strike Fighter.
We cannot let the format where we're normal summoning 8-star monsters include this card. No, this guy's got to go.
All right. Let's get him out of here. I'm all for it. I don't want to have Hanewata in my side deck anymore.
Do we want to hit anything in your deck? Because
that's a fair question. We haven't really gotten to talk about the fact that this deck can run 4 copies of Heavy Storm, something that didn't come up with our match because there was no good application for the combination of Vice Dragon and Wingbeat, but it really does have the ability to cheat out a million monsters. I'm genuinely in favor, and I know this has been a meme about our format from the beginning, that we're just going to hit all the 3,000 attack point dudes. I am genuinely in favor of limiting Blue Eyes Dark Horus and White Knight Dragon. I love Red MD. I think it's a cool card.
Red
and
MD's
without
the worst of all of them.
3,000 dudes.
You are going to... This is the Hauka Fibrax of our series. You're going to be like, no, we got to ban every dragon.
See, Red MD is an interesting card. Nobody wants to see me normal summon Blue Eyes in the next episode.
No, you're kidding me, dog. If you normal Blue Eyes and then you summon the Red MD, you could just keep specialing the Blue Eyes.
Dog, be cool. Be cool.
We got to do something about Red Eyes Darkness Metal.
Fine, we can limit Red MD.
Even if he was just a special summon 28, he'd be a problem.
Fine, yeah. Okay, be the responsible one in this series.
So 2 cards that I think the power level of the format has just kind of eclipsed is Spear Cretin. That was a really cool card to have on the list. But
we have Master Gig. You can normal summon a dude that we don't have Master Gig anymore, but we have analogs to Master Gig that you can normal summon and take the guy out. That card is so power crept in this format.
How do you feel about Guardian Sphinx?
You know what? If you can break Guardian Sphinx, I encourage you to. Can we bring it back to 3?
I think we can. What's it at now?
Yeah, let's bring it. It's at 0, I think.
We have it banned?
Yeah. That's all for you, Golden Nova. It's really funny. I came into this episode thinking I was going to advocate for bringing Dust Tornado up to 2 or 3. I actually, watching us play, I can't do that.
No.
Because being able, if you have the tempo lead, being able to stop your opponent from stopping your plays is just far too crazy.
That's incredible. Could we take the Sinister Serpent off? Does that do something?
Let's bring him back. I don't know what it's going to do, but I look forward to seeing it.
Ideally, it will create some sort of deck that sets him every turn. That's what I want.
Or like in 2012, we'll get a Mermail deck that summons Veil Whale like 3 times in a duel and then loses because Veil Whale doesn't do anything.
As soon as we get Xyz, this whole format's done. It's over.
For sure.
The only thing preventing us from synchro summoning is you have to play tuners, and they never printed one with 3,000 attack. Well, I feel pretty confident about those bans. We played them a little fast and loose this time, but there's still a lot that I think is on the list of cards I am extremely scared about.
For sure. There are a lot of cards that were in my list of things to look out for that are still very much looking out for. For instance, Archlord Christia is a card we have yet to see normal summoned in this series, but
like
is
in my board.
Absolutely capable of doing.
I am interested to see what our tubers are able to come up with, and if you want to see anyone specific, let us know in the comments, and we will ignore them. We are not reading your comments. We are far beyond the point of user input.
That's the show, folks. Bye.